We all remember the Goblin Army, I hope. The Dark Brotherhood part of the questline is not where the difficulty spike happens. Apart from the guy who has the note from Helseth, the assassins are level scaled. The subsequent quests from the Royal Guard are not really all that difficult either. The information gathering doesn't really require combat, and the writs of execution can be skipped if you really want to. So it's the Goblin Army where you will probably get your ass kicked if you're not ready. The goblins are somehow stronger than anything you faced anywhere on Vvardenfell. Admittedly, compared to Oblivion's goblins, they do kinda look like bodybuilders. And may I just say again that King Helseth training goblins into being his fighting force using high elf trainers just sounds like such a crackpot conspiracy theory. Like, genuinely. If you approach from the other end, that is, if you start the Blood Moon questline before you're ready, you're likely to get your shit kicked in by the Imperial soldiers in that cave near Fort Frostmoth. In case your PTSD doesn't remind you, I will. They have swords enchanted with paralyze. No need to thank me, your painful recollection of your past suffering is all the reward that I need. I don't have such terrible memories of this quest, mostly because I've never really tried to do it very early. But I have watched Variax's interactive Morrowind Let's Play, and a friend of mine also complained about how bullshit this quest is. Not that getting repeatedly paralyzed until you die is a particularly novel idea, it can happen in the base game too. But there is another point in Blood Moon that might surprise you a little bit with its difficulty, and that's the main quest finale. During Hersin's Hunt quest, all the werewolves you encounter are level 70. They are very much different from what you fought before, even during the previous quest. The werewolves during other Blood Moon quests were mostly level 35, although 2 were admittedly level 50. The unofficial wiki says that this is probably the most difficult combat quest in the entire game, and honestly, it's kinda hard to argue considering just how many werewolves are in that maze. If you're wearing the Boots of Blinding Speed, those get destroyed in an instant. To be honest, I didn't even bother wearing them. I just took the werewolves out slowly, one at a time. Still, once you've completed the maze, you are probably in the clear, as long as you haven't completely depleted your healing and stuff. So I think those are the obvious ones, but are there any other moments in the game where there was a sudden difficulty spike that caught you off guard? I know that Oblivion is mostly level scaled, so that's not so likely to happen there, unless you screw yourself over with your leveling choices. Or you use mods, like Oscuro's Oblivion Overhaul. I used that one for a while, but its meddling with prices and making some level scaled artifacts even worse at lower levels kinda annoyed me, so I uninstalled it. I do recall getting destroyed by Draugr Deathlord archers in Skyrim, quite a bit, on my first playthrough. My build was all over the place, it wasn't really specialized enough, so those guys were a real nightmare. I distinctly remember them one-shotting me in that ruin that the Night Mother sends you into to speak with that member of the Elder Council. Alleged member. Which then inspired me to become a Death Archer myself in the next playthrough. At some point everyone plays a Stealth Archer, don't they? Draugr Deathlord. What an edgy name. Anyway, if you can remember any occasions where you got destroyed by a sudden difficulty spike, let me know. If you can't, just go watch this video next. Apparently I am a person who creates fake controversy in the Elder Scrolls space with my clickbaity terrible content, so I hope that this video was controversial enough for your tastes. Thanks for watching.